It's a cool conversation, guys, about the backyard because, like, I think we both agree. If you want to get started, start in your backyard and, and,
Hmm.
and learn the fundamentals and be prepared to. Everyone's you're not gonna crush your first deal. And I said, well, look for the average over 5. Make 5 your goal, not 1 your goal, and then see how you turn out. But the backyard and the local team, everyone knows someone that knows someone in real estate. I'd be shocked if you didn't.
That
And
was the hardest. I've said this before on this podcast, offline. The hardest thing going outside of New York, because I was a broker here for quite some time, whether on the residential side, on the commercial side, rental, sales, whole 9 yards. And when I first started, that first rental sales job in Manhattan, I remember, there was people that just worked Tribeca. There were people that just worked the Upper East Side. And I was like, oh, I could do it all. And you try. But then you realize when you have to go from a showing on the Upper East Side to a showing in Tribeca, it takes you an hour and 45 minutes to get there. You lose a ton of time. And just being an expert in a location, you get branded that way. So you're the go-to for that. So when I was going out of state, out of the box, I picked 10 markets and then I whittled it down to 3 and then I focused on 3. But then when I finally got there, I realized you could be on the west side, the east side, the north side, the south side. And just because you found this great deal that looks attractive and it checks off every box, you needed a handgun and an armored car to get your rent. So you're like, wait a second, that's probably not where I want to be. So being a local expert and starting in your backyard is a great way because you're going to learn the fundamentals of how to find submarkets and locations. Then you just take that fundamental and you can extrapolate that, 200, 400, 1,000 miles away, whatever it is, and the fundamentals don't change. But starting in your backyard, it's a lot easier to wake up, roll out of bed, and drive around than it is to wake up, underwrite 20 deals, get on a plane, and realize they're all crap. So I agree 100%. I think everyone should at least give it a shot. Doesn't mean you have to buy something, but you want to be an expert and you want to know how to take that, exercise of becoming an expert and go bring that to another location.
So yeah, it's back to opportunities probably around the corner if you start looking for it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure one of the goals you guys have for your show is to get people off of the sidelines and into the game, right?
100%.
Yeah, I think one thing I want to clarify is we talk about backyard and out of state and don't be so quick to go out of state. I really think people, especially if you're starting, you should be looking at your backyard first and analyzing the market and trying to figure out why it doesn't work for you before you go out of state. There's no bad reason. I mean, there is, but there's nothing wrong, with going out of state, out of market, another country, whatever. I just always worry that because of social media and publicity and things of that nature, that people are too quick to leave their market because they hear, oh, the Midwest is a great place to be. Oh, Florida is a great place to be. Okay, but why? And why can't you do it in your own backyard? Because there's something to be said that you lose when you go out of state versus doing it in your backyard. The ability to drive to your property at any single time to go check out what's going on and how the people running it are doing it, and are, your tenants throwing trash out their window, or are they putting in the dumpster? Are they putting it next to the dumpster? How does it look at 2:00 on a Friday versus 2 a.m. on a Tuesday? I can't do that. I have to rely on other people. So for me, when you are starting this and you're looking at markets, you should always start looking at your backyard or very close, because when you go too far, you don't have that option anymore. So if you can have that option and find something that works for you, it shouldn't be undervalued. And I think people are too quick to dismiss it or undervalue that capability.
I agree.
It's a great point. John, at one point you had a real estate license in New York. I mean, yep. Chris, are you an agent?
No,
I mean, I think I'm not promoting that everyone goes out to their local real estate school and become an agent, but I mean, it's a good, quick education, and you're going to meet so many people that I have a friend that's moving from, he's making the move from one city down south to another. and he's looking at all these things. He's been in professional sales and in food and beverage his whole life. He's a rock star. He can sell anything to anybody. And he's looking for he's workshopping, bouncing the ideas off me. And I said, that you're looking for a quick fix. I said, you got to start small. I said, while you have some time on your hands, get a real estate license. And then you will meet everybody by going to a couple of events. And then you'll find the contractors, you'll find the lenders, you'll learn about how money lending. I mean, it's all right there, whether you have a license or not. But I mean, those events, on Meetup or through your local RIA or anything are right there for anybody to go to. It's just a matter of going, which is hard right now because we can't go many places. And that in itself is a challenge, right? But I mean, the opportunity to go meet people just like yourself or just a little bit farther down the track than you or the experts, you want to meet all those folks and that is just a matter of 10 minutes of research and putting it on your calendar.
I agree. I think it's a great way to get started. I mean, there's nothing, people ask me all the time, should I get a license or not? And I said, well, it depends what you're looking to accomplish, but bottom line in real estate, whether you're doing multifamily, industrial, commercial, development, you have to tour property. And the people that have access to the most property are real estate agents because there's MLSs and listing services. So just getting that will allow you to access them. It's easier to tour properties as a realtor than it is as a buyer that's never going to buy. Because especially today when, do I want to go show a house to someone that has no intentions of buying it? Probably not. But as an agent, there's that opening of the door. So do I say people should get it? Well, that's not my decision. But as far as a networking tool and getting out there and, to Chris's point, if you got your license, go tour, 30 open houses or go drive 30 properties and get into them. You're going to see shit. And bottom line is to do any type of real estate investing, you got to see product and see inventory and get an idea. And having a license helps. Does having a license matter? Yes and no. But it does give you an automatic networking platform. And this business is about networking. So if that's the ticket to networking, do it. And then use all the other options that are available as well. So I think that was, an awesome point for anyone starting and to get off the sidelines and get your shit to gear. You got to do something. So I think it's an awesome place. I mean, that's a great piece of advice for anyone, just, getting their feet wet.